Hello, it's Wogawell and I'm back with another video on Fallout 76. I'm going to cut the bullshit for you snowflakes out there. I know a lot of you guys have been complaining about my intros, so no intro today, we're just going to get right into the video. So today, or yesterday depending on what part of the world you're in, Bethesda released a blog post titled Fallout 76 Inside the Vault, January 1st, 2019. So in this article, Bethesda have come out after all of the criticism and ridicule they've been getting over the past couple of weeks and had a feel-good message for the folks out there and for us that are loyal subjects to the Bethesda community. Now I say this with a heavy heart, obviously, because I'm one of the many Bethesda fans that have felt let down by this game. It's definitely growing on me over time, and I think with things like this, there's definitely hope for the future for this game to become what it should be. So they start off the article by saying, later this month we provided resolutions to blah blah blah, all the broken shit that we should have fixed on the beta prior to releasing the game. Anyway, that's irrelevant. There's always going to be broken shit. It's a Bethesda game, we all know this. But the main point of the article, the one that stands out, is we're also building an incredible list of future updates that we can't wait to share, including new quests which are needed because there aren't enough quests in the game hasn't been fleshed out, weekly in-game events, which, if we go by what they've already done in terms of the microtransactions, this could be a way to pump out more game time, more money from us. I don't know, but I'm a bit skeptical about the weekly in-game events because they usually have some sort of incentive tied to them that requires grinding or whatever. The big one is new vaults opening. Now, this video is basically going to be covering this new vaults opening bit in its entirety, and all the information I've found so far all over the internet regarding the new vaults, because I have some really interesting points to go over and some pretty accurate information to give you an idea of what to expect when these vaults are released. The last 2 points are regarding a new PvP mode, which again is needed, which we should have had from the beginning, because PvP is a joke, quite frankly, and player vending. Now, player vending is something that, it ticks a lot of boxes for me. It depends on how they do it. We'll probably be seeing more on this going forward, but if we're able to open up shops, my main question is it going to be an available shop while we're online only, or is it going to be a shop that we can go to sleep, turn off our PlayStation or Xbox or PC, and people can buy from our shops while we sleep or while we're not playing the game, which would be awesome. But we'll see how that goes. But we're going to get on to, like I said, the main point of this, and that is the new vaults opening. So shout out to Mexsus. He has a video, I'm going to leave a link in the description, basically showing you what the inside of these vaults look like. He managed to get in there on the beta, and he was able to basically get a very basic outline of what to expect when the vaults come along. For example, this emergency management terminal. So in the video, Mexsus goes into Vault 63. So Vault 63 is actually a location on the map, but it's inaccessible. In the beta, he was able to no-clip or clip his way inside of this vault, and he came across the emergency management terminal at the entrance of the vault, when you just get in the front door. Clicking the terminal would bring you through to this screen, which says, as most terminals do, "Welcome to Robeco Industries, Term Link," or something along those lines. But the interesting thing is, it actually says Vault-Tec Emergency Management System. Please confirm that your team has assembled and it's ready to begin. Once you confirm your acceptance of this mission, the vault door will cycle and no further personnel will be permitted in or out of the vault until the operation has been completed. That sounds like raids to me. That really sounds like raids to me. And if this is in the game already, this is what you're going to expect with the raids. And it seems like you're going to get your team together, you're going to enter the vault, you're going to hit this machine, and when everyone's ready, the vault will lock and it will become an instant zone, sort of like World of Warcraft. And you basically will start the raid at that point. So pressing confirm brings you through to the begin mission screen. So this is obviously where you're going to start the mission, and the instanced area is going to activate and all the monsters are going to spawn and you're going to be able to do the mission. This is exciting stuff. Now, thank you again, Mexsus, for that. It was awesome work for finding this, and this was in the beta, so obviously things are going to be different in the full release, but you know how Bethesda are when it comes to putting pre-rendered items within the worlds that they have. We've seen lots of spoilers for upcoming DLCs in Bethesda games that they've just left in because they're lazy. This seems like an example of that, and this sounds like how the raids are going to work in Fallout 76. Now, the next section I'm going to talk about is a data mine that I found on Reddit. I'll give you the link for that too. You can check it out yourself. We're going to go through that data mine, and it's basically got all the information that we currently have on these terminals and the inaccessible vaults. So I put it all together in my trusty Notepad++, and we can see straight off the bat, Vault-Tec Emergency Management System. Now this is similar to the message we saw before, however it does say emergency responders, another team of emergency responders is already in the vault, please stand by in case your assistance is required. Now, this must be the message that appears when someone else is already doing the instance. And the message that shows, please wait to see if your assistance is required, leads me to believe that you can actually join in progress if space becomes available. That's what that says to me. Now the next point is that it mentions Vault 94, not Vault 63 that we saw before. This is Vault 94, so obviously there's going to be numerous vaults across the map so that kind of everyone can get a piece of the action, probably different instances per vault, different challenges, probably different leveled areas also. But this is cool, this is good stuff. Now a lot of the information is just going to be general terminal entries, vault chatter if you will, which doesn't really aid us in the understanding of what to expect, but reading them, they do make a lot of references to nukes and kind of what's happened in the world of Fallout, which is good, and I hope they elaborate on that and give us sort of a more in-depth story as to what's actually going on in Fallout 76. And hopefully it's not simply just terminal entries, that we're going to get voice lines and characters that engage with us also. So moving on, we can see another terminal entry from the pastor's desk. So obviously that's going to be an area you're going to reach in the vault itself. Greetings and welcome to Vault 94, just explaining everything. And another welcome, thank you for accepting your invitation. So maybe it's something we're going to be invited to in the game to come and engage in. So maybe it's not just going to be a live, constant sort of, oh, we can just keep doing instance. Maybe we have to be invited first. So if you see down here, another Overseer's Eyes Only, which we've seen in previous Fallout games. Just a few mentions, dates. If you're into that kind of thing, this will appeal to you. I'm not really a fan of this kind of stuff. I usually skip over. But there's a lot of entries explaining what's going on, what they've been doing at the date and time. And if we go down here, we can see Introduction to the GECK, the Garden of Eden Creation Kit. Those of you who've played previous Fallout games may recognize the GECK. And the GECK is the tool that the Vault Dwellers will be using to basically start their new life when they emerge from the vault. So the GECK contains fertilizer, seeds, all that kind of stuff to start a new settlement out in the wasteland once they emerge from the vault. So this is really cool that this is being mentioned. Hopefully they elaborate on it more going forward. Following on from the GECK, we can see that the next entry is related to Vault 96. Now the previous vault we were looking at was the Vault 94, so this is just another vault, perhaps another raid vault, hopefully. We can see that who the Overseer was, a couple of the other characters involved, which we probably won't see because there's no NPCs in this game. But if you scroll down here, you can see Emergency Contamination Protocol Initiated. Now, this is when things start to get interesting, down here. So these entries look like pretty clear examples of what to expect from the raids themselves. As you can see from the top one here, Contamination Severe, Diagnosis, outside unregistered mutations have entered the vault and are threatening the core fauna. Resolution Protocol, kill the contaminating creatures, and attempt to save as many core fauna as possible. Time frame 15 minutes. And something similar in the next entry with a time frame of 30 minutes. Now these look like the missions from the raids. If there's going to be multiple per raid or it's just one per raid, I don't know. But these look like the objectives for the raids themselves, which is awesome. We got core objectives, maybe optional ones, as you can see. Attempt to save as many of the fauna as possible. So maybe there's, goals and rewards based on how many we can save. You can see here, the vault has experienced a severe drop in temperature due to a malfunctioning coolant system. Sort of like the events that we're used to already in Fallout, but maybe more instance-based. Now these all sound very, very interesting and very, very fun. But one entry in particular stands out to me, and that's the very last one here. A riot has broken out in the vault. Proceed to the area where the riot has broken out. Contain the riot by any means necessary and turn in the culprits. A riot of what? Are we going to be looking at other NPCs? Is this a hint at other NPCs? I don't know, but it's exciting stuff. And in the last section, the author goes on to say that Vault 94 is the only vault that appears to be fleshed out, whereas 96 and 63 appear to be placeholders at this time. Now, we don't know what Bethesda's plans are. Are they going to release all the vaults at once, or is it just going to be one at a time over the course of a period of time? We don't know. This is all speculation. But right below that, we can see some interesting finds that he also found. This is what looks to be a cut content or perhaps planned future implemented content list. So these are items that have codes within the game that aren't actually in the game as of now. So they may be items that they planned on putting in, didn't put in, or maybe items that they have the code ready for that they plan to implement going forward. Now the top one is an interesting one. It's a backpack. A Vault Blue backpack, I must say, which is really cool, which is simply, if you play the old Skyrim or Oblivion, 4 to 5 carry weight. Simple as. Now, it depends on how they implement this. If it's just going to be a 10 or 20 boost to your carry weight, it's not going to matter too much. But if they can implement this well and give you a big increase to your carry weight without any risk attached to it, that would be really awesome. And the next item on the list is a mole costume pristine, headwear and the clothes, which is cool. Hopefully they implement that, because the costumes in the game are one of the best parts. You've got a bleeding bear trap, which appears to be on the same vein as that meat trap that you get in one of the quests. That would be cool. And then a compound bow left-handed specifically. Quite strange, but cool nonetheless. And then there's a few other pieces of code that he found that he can't quite make out. Lunchbox carry capacity, gift bag, plastic animals. And he goes on to make some notes saying that these might just be bits of code that are left behind. But you can look into that yourself. Like I said, a link will be in the description. And with that, it's time for us to say goodbye. Now, this video did take me a long time. I'm trying something new here. I spent a lot of time on the editing, finding all this information, doing the research. So if you guys enjoy this, please let me know. I'd love to make more of these going forward, but it depends on if you guys enjoy them and if it's what you want out of me. I'm trying to improve. I'm getting some feedback from you guys and I am listening. You guys want me to be less chatty at the start of my videos and get straight to the point, which I will, of course. And I appreciate all that. I know it's all constructive criticism and you guys are trying to help me improve. But like I said, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below if you know anything yourself. I'll be keeping my eyes out, my ears out, everything out. Not literally everything, of course. But I'll be updating my YouTube with plenty more videos regarding these new raids and everything else Fallout 76 that's coming out. And I look forward to the future. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.